Yes lads, how you all doing? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now today I'm going to bring you guys the Crystal Palace versus Leicester match review. So the boys and girls, of course it has finished at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace 1, Leicester City 1. Another disappointing result. Once again an inconsistency FC is back in full effect. However, a late Harvey Barnes strike did manage to get Leicester the equaliser and it's still 1 point. However, it's still a bit of a disappointing result as I do feel we could have easily got 3 points from the game. However, it's still a point, it's still a draw and it's 1 point closer to securing European football next season. So with that being said, in today's video I'm going to bring you guys the Crystal Palace versus Leicester match review. I'll run through my general thoughts on yesterday's game and my player ratings from the side which started yesterday at Selhurst Park against Crystal Palace in the Premier League. But just before we get into it, make sure a big thumbs up down below on today's video if you guys go into it, enjoy today's video as I bring you guys the Crystal Palace versus Leicester match review. Another video on the channel today, so yeah, let me know by dropping a like if you do enjoy today's video, and also guys, if you do respect the grind, let me know by dropping a like. Also subscribe, see my face on your screen before. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers and there's going to be a lot of content coming over the new year, so yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you guys don't miss out on any of the videos coming in the new year, because 2021 is going to be a big year for the channel. So yeah, subscribe, help me on the road to 2k, and go and turn that subscribe button. Great. Also turn on my notifications so you guys will get a notification every time I will upload in the new year. Like I said, a lot of content comes, yeah, turn on my notifications. Also follow me on my social medias, links to them will all be in the description down below. Going for my Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, like I said, links to them will be in the description down below. Let me know your thoughts on yesterday's games, your player ratings in the comment section down below. But yeah, let's get into another video and let's get into the Crystal Palace versus Leicester match review. Right then, Crystal Palace 1, Leicester 1. So yeah, let's get into my thoughts on yesterday's draw at Selhurst Park in South London. So yeah, in my opinion, it's 2 points dropped. It's 2 point dropped for the Foxes. Although we played a very weird team, a lot of changes in the team. We'll go into that in a few minutes time with the whole game. But yeah, overall I think it is 2 points dropped for the Foxes. A disappointing result yesterday. I really thought we could have gone out there and got a solid win. I think we should have. Based on the first half, I think we were quite good in the first half. Second half wise, towards the start of the second half, we weren't good at all. Obviously we came into the second half later on. Of course, we did find that equaliser through Barnes. Of course, it was Wilfred Zaha who put Crystal Palace up from with a decent finish in like the 55th minute, I think it was, and of course Barnes equalised with another fantastic goal from him as well. But yeah, overall the chances we had in the first half, we really should have put the game to bed in the first half, to be honest. And I think that really should have been a convincing 3 points for Leicester yesterday. But yeah, inconsistency FC once again for Leicester, beating Tottenham, drawing to Man U, and now drawing to Crystal Palace, who, bearing in mind, have conceded 10 in the last 2 games. So yeah, overall I'm not too happy with the performance, but we can take some positives away from the game. It is still a point. It could have been no points. Thank God that Barnes scored that late equaliser in the game. We could have got the 3. We had a couple of great chances towards the end, but overall I think we did deserve to win the game. But fair play to Crystal Palace. They defensively, I think they were great, and on the counter they did look pretty dangerous as well. But yeah, obviously did finish 1-1. It's a pretty disappointing result, but with the changes we made, maybe it's about right. But yeah, of course did finish 1-1, and it is another point on the road and 1 point closer hopefully to securing European football. Let's speak about the game then in a bit more detail. So yeah, the starting line which Brendan Rodgers went with yesterday, a lot of changes in there. 7 changes from the side which got that 2-2 draw against Manchester United a couple of days before. That's the reason why I made so many changes. Also, we played Man United on Saturday, and we played Palace yesterday on Monday, which in my opinion is an absolute joke with the fixture schedule. But yeah, that's the Premier League for you. But yeah, of course, the team we went with, obviously Schmeichel kept his space in the side, so did James Justin, so did Evans and Barnes. But yeah, obviously it was Schmeichel in the goal, then Justin. So yeah, the back 4 was obviously Justin at right back. We had Marty who came into the line. Evans, like I said, kept his space. Luke Thomas came in at left back as expected. Midfield wise, we went with 2 CDMs, Napolis Mendy and Hamza Chowdhury both started. Of course, Tielemans did come on for Chowdhury about 60 minutes into the game, which did change it slightly, but I don't think you already had that much of an impact on the game. And then of course we went with Ian Atcher up top. Less said about him the better. Barnes kept his space on the left hand side, and of course Perez started, and then we had Dennis Pratt as well just in front of Mendy and Chowdhury. So yeah, overall the team wasn't the greatest, but it still should have been enough in my opinion to get the 3 points. But yeah, first off we started off very quick. We had like a corner 1 minute into the game. We set the intent right, and we dominated the game in the first half. Of course Luke Thomas was fouled. We got a penalty. Ian Atcher stepped up, and yeah, he missed it. It was an awful penalty from Kelechi Iheanacho. I don't know what he was doing. He strolled up to it. No power, the placement was awful, it was like in between it. Easy save for Guaita. It was a decent save, but it was a pretty easy save to be honest. Ian Atcher to give it to him, and overall, don't know what Ian Atcher's doing. A couple of minutes after that, Ian Atcher had a great chance from a header, so did Dennis Pratt, had a great chance about 5 yards out. I don't know how he missed that. We had a couple of other chances. We hit the bar from a deflected cross from Perez, and yeah, overall we had a couple of chances. Palace went forward and they had a decent chance through Townsend, but yeah, despite that, we dominated that first half, and we should have been 2-3 up in my opinion. Obviously that penalty, if you put that away, but that would have been a completely different game. I think the first goal was vital, and of course Crystal Palace did find that first goal in the second half through Wilfred Zaha, decent finish from him. Second half wise, Leicester started off very poorly. Palace had a couple of chances. Obviously Zaha took the chance to make it 1-0. Between the 50th and 65th minute of them, 70 minutes, it was a pretty dead game. Nothing really happened. Leicester made a couple of changes. Tielemans came on, Vardy came on, and we saw Demarai Gray come on, and then three all changed the game completely. Of course, it was Barnes who got Leicester back into the game, making it 1-1. He drive for the middle. A lot of Palace players around him. Don't know how he managed it. About 3 centre-backs around him. He found the strike and it went into the bottom right corner. We dominated the last 10 minutes or so trying to find that goal. Barnes had another chance, then Perez had a great chance in the 94th minute to try and win it, but he blazed it over the bar. So yeah, overall it did finish 1-1. A disappointing result for the Foxes, but yeah, as I just go through the game itself, as you can see, Leicester pretty much did deserve to win that goal. Obviously Palace had a few chances here and there, but yeah, they had about 3 or 4 shots in the game. In my opinion, Leicester had about 11. So yeah, Leicester overall dominated the game, but just didn't come away with the result, and a lack of clinical edge, in my opinion, was the problem for Leicester yesterday at Selhurst Park. So the boys and girls, that is it for my thoughts then on yesterday's games. Yeah, let's get on to my player ratings. Yeah, this is where I rate each player out of 10 from the side which started yesterday in South London against Crystal Palace. Yeah, starting off in goal with Kasper Schmeichel, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Obviously the goal they scored, I think he could have done a bit better. Obviously it was a decent strike from Zaha, but I don't think he really should be getting beaten at his near post that easy. But despite that, I thought he did a good job. He didn't really have too much to do. His kicking was alright in the game, and like I said, he didn't really have to make too many saves. So I'm going to give Kasper a 6 out of 10. I thought he could have dealt with that goal a bit better, but yeah, I think we have to blame the marking from that one. Cough, Euro Tielemans for that one. But yeah, 6 out of 10 for Schmeichel. Not the greatest, but I don't really think I can give him that high because he didn't really have much to do, but he didn't really do too much wrong. But yeah, 6 out of 10 just for that goal we conceded. I think he could have done a lot better. Right then, moving into the back four. So yeah, started at right back with James Justin. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought he had a pretty good performance compared to other players. Obviously, don't know what he was doing for Palace's goal. It wasn't seeming to go. I think he went forward. I think it was him who lost the ball, in fact, and then Palace got the goal on the break. So yeah, disappointing in that one. But overall, I thought JJ was alright yesterday. Defensive wise, he was good, and going forward, he caused Palace some problems as well. And like, he's looking a real threat this season. He's doing a good job. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for JJ. 2 centre backs then. Starting off with Daniel Amarte, 7 out of 10 for him as well. I thought it was fantastic. He's came in since that injury picked up against that Man City, I think it was. He came in, he did a fantastic job. The goal Palace scored, I don't think he really could have done too much as on the break, and some midfielders were tracking back, and the market for that was not great. But yeah, 7 out of 10 for Daniel Amarte. I thought he had a great performance. His composure was good as well. On a few occasions, he ran the ball nicely, played it out, and got Leicester on the front foot. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for Daniel Amarte. Alongside him with Johnny Evans, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I thought he could have done a bit more to try and stop the Palace goal. His mark wasn't great. So yeah, obviously Johnny Evans is an experienced head. 6 out of 10 is still a decent rating. It's above the average, but yeah, it wasn't a great performance from Johnny Evans. Defensively, it was alright, but yeah, I thought passing was a bit slow at times, and we just lacked that intensity from start to finish throughout the game. So yeah, 6 out of 10 for Evans. Left back with Luke Thomas, I'm also going to give him a 6 out of 10. I thought he didn't really get too much involved. First off, it was pretty good, but going forward, of course, he was the man which was fouled to get Leicester the penalty. But despite that, second half he was pretty quiet. For the goal, he was out of position. Didn't get across to block the cross as well from Townsend, which is a slight mistake. But obviously he was on the counter. So yeah, the first goal for Palace was a bit of a shambles throughout the team. So yeah, 6 out of 10 for Luke Thomas. It wasn't great, but it wasn't a bad performance at all from the youngster. It's another 90 minutes for the youngster. He's looking a good talent, but yeah, he just didn't really have the best against Palace. But it's still a decent performance from Luke Thomas. So then moving into the midfield three. So yeah, starting off with the first CDM out of 2, which yeah, I don't know why Brendan Rodgers went with that. But yeah, starting off then with Hamza Chowdhury, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. He came off for Tielemans in the 60th minutes or so. Didn't really do anything. I know he's a CDM, so it didn't really work for him alongside the Palace men. Obviously, he hasn't really played too many minutes this season as Hamza. I thought he did a good job defensively before. I think yeah. When Hamza came off, Palace did score. So you know, I don't think Hamza did that well a job, to be honest. Obviously, defensively in the first half, didn't really have much to do. He got forward a few times, but just didn't really progress the ball that much. But obviously, he's a CDM, so we can't really expect too much from Chowdhury. So yeah, 6 out of 10, but it definitely could be a 7 for Hamza. Alongside him with the Palace men, you're going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought it was consistent as always. He played the full game and did a good job. Obviously, couldn't really do too much about the goal. And going forward, he's a bit more progressive than Chowdhury. Obviously, Mendy's a bit better on the ball. Defending wise, he was decent as well on there. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for Mendy. Thought he had another decent performance. Next up then, Dennis Pratt just ahead, 6 out of 10 for Dennis Pratt. I thought he could have got forward a bit more. He had that great chance where he blazed it over the bar, but yeah, despite that, obviously, I think he got took off for Gray as well. So yeah, I don't really know. Was it Gray? I think it was Riley actually. So yeah, I think that Dennis Pratt just weren't really his day. He didn't get that many minutes either, which is a bit of a disappointment. So yeah, 6 out of 10 for Dennis Pratt. So then moving it into the front three. So yeah, starts off in the left wing position with Harvey Barnes. 7 out of 10 for me for Barnes, of course. Got the goal. That's 2 and 2 for Barnes, and he saved us in that game tomorrow. So of course that was a great finish. He's played the 90 minutes in 2 games in 2 days as well, which is mad for Barnes. So yeah, fair play to Barnes. He was probably our best player yesterday. Was Barnes. Him and Daniel Amati probably up for the man of the match for me. But yeah, Barnes, of course, his goal was fantastic. He got around 3 players and somehow got the shots away. Caused Crystal Palace a lot of problems as well. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for Harvey Barnes. Next up then with a Jose Perez. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I don't think Perez had the greatest of performances yesterday. He wasn't really involved too much. Obviously, he had that great chance towards the end, which he blazed over the bar as well. So yeah, I mean, it was a difficult game for Perez. First off, I thought he was alright going forward, but second, he didn't really offer too much. Yeah, 6 out of 10 for Jose Perez. And now Kelechi Iheanacho, I'm going to give him. I'm tempted to give him a 4, but I think that's harsh. Yeah, I'm going to give Iheanacho a 5, but yeah, his performance was not good at all. Of course, missed a penalty, missed a lot of chances, obviously. And yeah, he got took off for Demarai Gray, which says everything about Iheanacho. I thought it was absolutely awful in the game, to be honest. I probably should make it a 4, to be honest, because Iheanacho was not great at all yesterday. So yeah, of course, he missed a penalty, but obviously his confidence would have gone down like that, just like I said in the stream. So yeah, not a good performance from Iheanacho. Hopefully he can bounce back, but I really can't see Iheanacho bouncing back after this, because he'll be absolutely devastated that he missed that penalty. And yeah, overall, his performance was not greatest against Crystal Palace at all yesterday. So yeah, that is it for my player ratings from the side which started yesterday against Crystal Palace. So boys and girls, that is it for today's video. In today's video, I bring you guys the Crystal Palace versus Leicester match review. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, let me know by dropping a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys have not already. Let me know your thoughts on yesterday's game in the comment section down below, your player ratings as well. Let me know in the comment section down below. But yeah, that is it for today's match review. A pretty disappointing result for Leicester. Of course, did finish Crystal Palace 1, Leicester City 1. We move on to Newcastle next up in the Premier League, and hopefully we can bounce back there with 3 points away in the North East. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I'm in Sports, and I'll see you guys very, very soon in my next video. Peace, guys.